Het afgelopen jaar heeft Unilever zich ingezet om toonaangevend te zijn op het gebied van lokale partnerschappen en sociale initiatieven. Ook met herstructureringen en nieuw leiderschap kan Unilever in 2023 grote stappen maken. Genomineerd voor de AMMA Adverteerder van het jaar, Unilever. Veronika, welcome. We're going to do this interview in English. Good to have you here. Can you tell me about the year 2023 for the company, for Unilever?
Sure. Thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure to be here. Yeah, it was a year full of transitioning, actually, but of the right kind. So we have a lot of more focus on our categories. I believe we have set higher ambitions and standards to ourselves to really get real and understand the needs of our consumer, our customers, but also the communities that we serve and also for our planet. We have also landed our new structure, and amongst that, when it comes to advertising, we have landed a new integrated team, the digital marketing, media and commerce team, also part of the marketing function. This set of brilliant colleagues, they actually can now address the full consumer journey across all touch points, creating amazing brand experiences. That took a while, but it was worthwhile for sure. It enabled us to be faster, more innovative and bolder. Meanwhile, of course, we have seen also that the market has been in a significant transition itself.
In what way?
Well, of course, we've seen a new measurement coming in. We have seen consumer behavior shifting. We're seeing also new digital tech coming in. So I believe it's almost a perfect tornado of change, which is also super exciting. And I do believe that somehow both at Mindshare and Unilever, our teams got energized by that change.
Oh, really?
It really showed us that we have to act, we have to change with the market. So we became bolder, we became more innovative to actually be where our consumers are.
In your first sentence, you said, get real, that 2023 was the year you got real.
Yeah.
Can you
Well,
explain a little bit?
For me, getting real means that we are really true to what our consumer needs from our categories. But also we pay attention to how our customers work, our retail partners work. Also how our media partners are transitioning in their own business. So getting real to me makes more empathy, more understanding, and more realistic thinking of how you serve the people around you.
Yeah. Unilever, of course, is an enormous company. So if you want to make a change, it's not something you do overnight. How do you set, I mean, if you set goals for 2023, how do you achieve them?
Well, we have set goals, and actually it was through our also our new structure. So when the new structure landed, one of my biggest priorities with the team was to recharge the relationship that we have with our big local publishing partners. We call it the joint business plans with them. It's basically, it brings the ambitions of Mindshare and Unilever together with that of the partners. It's bringing added value to all the relationships in this partnership. And why it's important? It's important because I believe we can't be close to the content that the consumers that we serve really love here in the Netherlands, but also to have a joint transition plan as the market is changing with these partners. So this was definitely one of our main goals. And next to that also, we have been very close with emerging media partners like the retail media networks. And I'm very, very proud. I believe that we are in the forefront of setting new standards in that space together with the partners themselves.
In what ways?
Well, be it their impact across the funnel, be it how we work with tech, how we work in general with automation, but also with measurement. We are really pushing to see how we can reveal new insights, new metrics that can also reveal new opportunities to plan and optimize in a different way. We have also brought our Metrics That Matter framework.
Metrics That Matter.
Metrics That Matter framework to the conversation with our retail media partners. Basically onboarded them on how success looks like for us, beyond simply ROAS, for example. And that also informs their product development, for example, internally, to see what is it that they need to do to grow our business together.
All right, yeah. Can you give me some examples of innovation within Unilever in 2023?
Yeah, sure. I mean, especially I think in the retail media space, we have been very much a pioneering force. I want to believe that.
Pioneering force.
Yeah. So I think what we do there through these joint business plans, we have a full test and learn reality, full learning loop. It also means that we are usually beta partners of new launching formats with them to also test the impact of the formats across the funnel as well. So we've done a lot of those across the retail media platforms.
Can you give an example of a format which you are proud of?
Without revealing too much, I think we have a really strong relationship with Albert Heijn Retail Media. I know they're also one of the nominees, and I think we have a very, very strong relationship in terms of also innovating how we, not just about new formats, but how we combine different formats and tactics on their platform.
Yeah. And you were keen on addressing social issues in 2023. Why was that?
Well, it's always been the case. So I think 2023 is not so much different, but of course we're maturing in this, and it's quite simple. Our scale is quite big. So you have almost every Dutch household has at least one Unilever product. And I do believe that through that scale, we can actually, how we develop and market our products, we can actually influence social issues. One of the things that's really close to my heart is diversity, equity, and inclusion. We're also part of the Reframe Alliance that aims to step up the standards of inclusivity in the advertising industry. I have to say it's a long journey. It's a must-have journey, very long journey. But what I want to do is not making big, meaningless gestures, but having it day-to-day, small steps, making sure that it's part of our thinking every day. So I'm really proud of the Reframe Alliance Foundation partner role. But also, if you look at our brands themselves, they also have long-term committed relationship with certain issues. If you look at our beautiful and very yummy Ben & Jerry's brand, for example, they have been a vocal supporter of refugee rights and issues around refugees in the Netherlands, not an overnight thing. But also if you think of Dove's beautiful film from last year, it's called Cost of Beauty, that was addressing the social media pressure, the quite toxic social media pressure that was affecting our children, how they actually see beauty. It's also not an overnight initiative. Dove have been there for over 2 decades to support real beauty. Indeed, and there are a lot of practical initiatives, also sometimes all the way to regulatory changes. Ben & Jerry's also works often with our media partners, not from an advertiser perspective, but from a content and editorial perspective when it comes to these issues.
In what way? Maybe is these examples which you just gave, or is it another way in which you differentiate yourself from others in your field of work?
As I said, I think especially the social responsibility taking, that's not new. I think it's maturing. And there's quite some things that through our internal changes, I think now differentiates us in the market. One of them, which I actually really love as a previous media manager, I was a very nosy media manager, always wanting to get closer and closer to the business. Yeah. Now we have a one team, one dream motto. We are beyond the era of silos. We're not looking at certain levers on their own. We're looking at what their potential is in the overall mix altogether. And that also actually helped us step up in terms of measurement. We have this internal saying, what gets measured gets improved. And we have invested a lot of effort and resource in terms of working with qualitative and quantitative products with research partners, but also in terms of our internal talent capability to make sure that we have a research framework that enables us to have a learning loop and also enables us to connect communication and media levers right back to the business, both on long term and short term.
Okay, now the $1 million question. Why should you win the AMMA Award?
Well, honestly, being one of the top advertisers in the country, it of course brings you scale, brings you pioneering power, but also ultimately it brings you responsibility. Our scale is our responsibility. So looking at the combined market position of Mindshare and market knowledge of Mindshare and Unilever in the industry, I do believe we have a shared task that is about upping and challenging the standards in the media industry, and in some ways also extending our own ambition to the market. Because I do believe, and I want to believe, that we can bring added value with higher standards of collaboration, in creativity, but also in safety and transparency. So why should we win it? I think because we are bringing new standards, and hopefully the market can benefit from it.
Thanks, Veronika. Good luck.
Thank you so much.